we shall load it up soon. 2v2. Terra Nova Duo semi-final right here. Best of 5. Baguettes against Suomi. Baguettes just used their because they got an elephant stolen and they couldn't find the extra goats up top. Now, we have both the inside players, the little flank players, playing as the Gajaras. And look at this. He's already got... My man already has 12 goats ready to garrison in the middle. You can only fit 10 in there. So he's going to put 2 more and then save these other 2 for later. He's actually using some of his allies' goats. And since Anatov is Lithuanians, he starts with extra food. So he doesn't need those goats right away. He's going to go to wood immediately. And he's going to send the villager down here to start with a dock. Lots of deep fish around, lots of salmon around. T90 would love this sort of fishing economy for his own fridge. And we've got Gajaras and Lithuanians on the other side too. Now, Max only with 8 goats there, so it looks like Valesa is going to be a little bit more greedy and use the goats for himself. They're also hanging around these elephants here. They don't want these to get stolen. And Sato, once again, coming up here for these goats. He called a re because he couldn't find them the last time. Both teams with just 1 re, by the way, if you're wondering. And now Valesa has found them, but he's going to send these goats right into the Camel Scout from Sato. And he doesn't want to take that early engagement against the Camel Scout. Oh, no, it's the bug. Oh, no, it's the bug, guys. It's the bug. Oh, God. So basically, there's a bug with Gajara and goats, where if you send them to garrison, they cannot be converted. And look at Sato, he's just killing them now. So if you send them from a long way away and you just hit the garrison hotkey into the mill, they can't be taken over by another player. So that's exactly what was happening there. Sato will... I mean, it's unlikely he would get them all the way back, so he's going to kill them anyway. So it's not a huge effect, but it's very annoying to be sure. Now Valesa taking the remainder of these goats and he's sending them back this way. And we can see a little battle for the goats on this side. And Max has actually sent a villager forward and he's going to be able to lame this elephant. This elephant still available, but Anatov is going to be bringing that in time. It's not a bug. It's a civ bonus. I mean, maybe. Kind of seems like a bug to me. And that, ooh, that Camel Scout almost dying. 4 HP only on that. Max still dealing with this elephant. This elephant is all the way over here. It's a very, very long way away. And we can start counting goats now. We got 5 in this mill. We've got 10 in this mill. And now Sato is going to fill up this mill as well. And he's going to try and take out this elephant. Doesn't have that many villagers under the town center, though. So it's going to be a little bit difficult there. 8 goats in there, 9 goats. So it's 19 goats total for Sato. Loki, thank you for the 5 months, dude. Appreciate it. And now Max is heading over this way. Sato is tracking him, though. And Sato is going to start attacking this villager. And Max, with that beautiful villager boxing mod, is going to be punching his way out of trouble. And Sato coming over here with a couple villagers now, too. All right, so how many does Max have garrison? Max has a full 20 garrison in these mills, and Max is... Oh my god, Max has turned this map into Socotra. What is happening here? My dude is coming over with 9 villagers, and he, because he has 20 goats garrison, he doesn't need these villagers on food. I mean, his food count is still rising right now at a significant rate. And he's just going to be villager fighting. This is one map I never expected to see turn into a clown siesta. But here we are. And Max is punching away at these vills. Sato is also defending with 13 vills. And Max is trying to deny the zebra there from Sato. But Sato has the food income as well. So both players will keep their TCs running for a significant amount of time. Now we look at the fishing eco from their pocket players, the Lithuanians. We got 5 fishing ships there from Valesa. We've got 3 fishing ships over here from Anatov. But Anatov is up 1 villager sooner than Valesa. And now Max is stuck. But Max walled in this mill over here and he managed to kill it. Now Sato is walled in the villagers from Max. Somebody call an ambulance, but not for me. Sato still with a camel scout in there. He's trying to escape with the weak villagers. Max is going to take out his second villager here. No. He's just trying to escape at this point. But he can't. He's lost a villager there. He lost a villager over here. Are mirror civ mandatory? No, they are not. These are just the best civs for this situation. And now Max is somehow going to escape here. The gate was open by Sato. And Max is going to get away with at least 5 villagers. I think he might get away with this one. He's going to go attack this camel scout. Sato is trying to chase down this woman, and then he'll probably try and chase this down, but Max has more villagers on the way. This is absolutely ridiculous. And now Sato is the one that's going to have to back up because Max is fully committed here. Anatov's still wandering around with his almost full HP scout, which is dangerous. And Max, I mean, how much idle time do you think he has on the TC? Only 9 seconds with all of this going on. Thank God for Gajaras, am I right? No idle TC time for basically any player this game. That is absolutely insane, the things that Gajaras can let you do. And we look at the villager count now as Sato is on the way to Feudal Age and Max significantly behind. 19 villagers, Sato at 22 vills. If Max clears all these villagers up, then, you know, he might be in a decent enough position, but still, Sato is up. So that's going to be concerning. Max now going for a dock here, so he's going to bank on the fact that Valessa will win water, and he's going to try and make up for his villager deficit with some fishing ships on this side. He could also go for a couple fire galleys of his own to really sway the balance, as he's taken out 2 more villagers from this side. Going through a herd of smoke monkeys. They don't actually do damage to you. They're just kind of hanging out. And damn, man. Sato probably needs another mill, actually. He's got 4 goats just big chilling over here. Definitely needs another mill. Definitely needs that that mining camp. And he's going to get the mill down once he has enough wood. This is a very interesting start to this game for sure. Good villager snipe there from Anatov. He's got the galleys on this side. Both players have gone for galleys because they're so far away from each other. And now Valessa is just mixing in some fire galleys to stop the aggression here from Anatov. Meanwhile, on the other side, Valessa unable to take out the fishing ships from Anatov. So Anatov is firmly in front there with the water control. And now Max is going to lose this fish that he just invested into. It's going to be very, very difficult. Meanwhile, on this side, Max getting a little crazy. Getting a little crazy, and now he's walling in the mining camp, and he does all this just to kill that final villager, kills 2 vills from Anatov, and now he's making his way over to the lumber camp too. Oh my god. Max. What happened? He turned into Lix. He's transformed. He's ascended. And he's going to be able to take out 2 more villagers from Anatov, and this is all buying Valessa time. Anatov at 25 villagers, Valessa at 28, and now Max is on the way to Feudal Age, and he's cutting off this lumber camp. That's really going to hurt the economy from Anatov. And now Anatov going for a mining camp over the mining camp of Sato, and he actually signaled here, and he might be like, delete your mining camp? Maybe? Bruh. I wanted mine there. I wanted mine there. Max has actually done a fantastic job with this villager rush. I mean, especially after getting walled in. We can look at the eco KD and see what it is for Max. Yeah, Max has killed 9 and he's lost 9. And 2 of those were fishing ships that he made, I believe. No, he still has the fishing ships. So maybe he has lost 9 villagers. But he's harassed both players. Sato with some men-at-arms over on this side. Looks like he might have killed a villager. Yeah, he killed 1 villager from Valessa. The rest of the eco losses for Valessa were the fishing ships. And let's take a look at what this food economy looks like for our Gajaran players. Max now going for a tower over here, but there's archers from Sato. Now Sato goes for a tower of his own. Max will manage to get this tower up, but not before he loses a villager at least. This is going to be a very difficult position for Max to escape out of. I think he just needs to maybe not give up on these vills. Of course, you want to try to get these out of here, but they're going to be fully surrounded. He does take out a couple archers, but loses 2 more villagers. Things are still difficult for him. Meanwhile, on this side, Valessa still dealing with the men-at-arms from Sato. Oh, Sato didn't have fletching there. That's why he didn't take out more. Interesting. And now Valessa is on the way to the Castle Age. We can look at the Lithuanians player from the other side, Anatov, and he is not even close to going up to Castle. So the damage was done. The damage was certainly done there by Max. And Valessa is now going to take out the remainder of these men-at-arms. Max now walling in this tower. He's cut off this wood line here from Anatov. I think Anatov deleted this tower. Or maybe it got taken out really quickly by Max. I don't know. So Max still has these villagers alive, and he's still going to be applying pressure here. On the waterfront, a lot of galleys there from Anatov. A lot of galleys, but Valessa is only 1 minute and 15 seconds away from the Castle Age. Once he gets that war galley upgrade, Anatov is going to have to be very careful, even though he has the numerical advantage. Archer's now looping around this side. Valessa goes for a defensive tower on the gold, which is probably needed in this situation. Also, Max has not made another mill. And Max is Max is super down bad, guys. Look at this shit. Oh my god. Dude, that was 14 villagers supervising that market position, and Max now goes to stone, and he was buying resources, maybe thinking about going up to the next stage, and he only managed to get up to about 500 food. He still has the goats in his mills. If he didn't have those goats, he'd be so dead at this point. Still has the goats, so he's still accumulating food. And he's going to come forward now. He's made a barracks. He's going to come forward with some stuff. He's going to make an outpost, but the outposts there are already up from Anatov. Sato now going up to the Castle Age. He's going for armor. So Sato might be going for Shirvamsha riders here. He might be going for camels here. Maybe if he thinks the Lithuanians player is going into knights, which he probably is. And Valessa is indeed. Camels might be a good option. Valessa not noticing really that the archers are still harassing. He sent a knight around, but he does lose a villager on that wood line. So things are messy for every single player. I mean, Anatov has 1 water, which means he can maybe start thinking about making some more fish. But then again, War Galley is on the way for Valessa, so I don't even know if you can invest into more fish. He's going to try and do so. But it's going to be very, very difficult for him with those upgraded fires hanging around. And Valessa has 2 fires garrisoned in here as well, so it's going to be very difficult to keep these galleys alive. You're going to have to pay a lot of attention to those. Archer range now for Max. Anatov still not up to castle. Sato is there now and goes for that second TC. And Max, I mean, what can you say about this, right? Max knows his role in this game. He basically nuked himself early by losing that many villagers going forward, and he's just trying to do whatever he can. He's in that sticky situation where you know you're super far behind, but if you take a second to start booming up your eco, your ally is likely going to die and you're likely going to die. You have to keep that forward pressure rolling, and that's what he's trying to do right now. This is just an incredible game, and he's actually making skirmishers because he doesn't have any gold income. All he's got is the goat income. That's all he's got. He's just got those goats giving him food because his economy at home, super down bad. Astronomically down bad. Second town center here from Valessa. And where are the knights from him? There's 1 knight here. And then there's a couple knights at the bottom too. As Max now goes for a tower over on this side. Maybe he can take these goats. Maybe he can attack that mill with the villagers. Maybe that might be worth it. Honestly, what else are they doing? As long as you have the tower up here to retreat to. And now Anatov is 1 minute and 10 seconds away from Castle Age. Here come the fires from Valessa. And Anatov's done a good job. He's mixed in fires in front. His own fire galleys. Still got the galley numbers behind. And these fire galley numbers in front are going to stall out the fires from Valessa and allow the galleys to snipe them down. So fantastic job there. And Max is indeed is indeed attacking this mill. Spearman not doing too much against the camels there, and Max needs to run away. Meanwhile, knights from Valessa are all over the woodline from Anatov, but Anatov had wisely made towers to defend this area. He's still going to lose a villager on that woodline, but manages to save the second one as Valessa goes now for that third town center, and he's going to try and boom up, even getting heavy plow. Wow. 48 villagers for Valessa, 43 for Sato, 34 for Max, and 35 for Anatov, but Max is still in feudal age. Max is super far behind. Didn't manage to complete that tower, by the way. Max still attacking this mill. Trying to get those goats. He'll probably make a mill forward once he kills this and garrison the goats. But Sato is kind of waiting here with the archers. As Valessa now finds some more exposed villagers on this side. And there's no towers on this side. And Sato has not sent his camels over to help out yet. So Valessa looking to do damage and just has to delete that knight because the monk from Anatov was there in defense. And now the camels are finally coming forward from Sato. Max is walling in his gold villagers. Max is still far away from clicking up to Castle Age. This is going to be Valessa's game. They're still going to be a little bit busy with Max, as we see the goats now getting away, and Sato's going to garrison those in another mill. It's still going to be the vills forward here from Max, so he's still providing a little bit of a distraction, but definitely with multiple TCs for each player, I'd say that the My Insanity boys are ahead at this point. Valessa, 60 villagers, 1 Shravamsha only for Sato, and that's going to come up here and try and raid. And Valessa is actually going for another TC, his 4th town center of the game. Ooh, Shravamsha attacking the monk with the relic, and the Shravamsha is going to see this TC foundation too. Getting insane value from that. Valessa trying to wall this off. He's trying to attack that Shravamsha, and he needs to run away, unfortunately. Still 4 goats up here too that he could send along to Max's base. Is Max going up? Oh my god, Max with an insane Castle Age uptime. Absolute insanity. He's going to be up by 32 minutes. I mean, damn, folks. Streets are cold, right? The streets are cold. Skirmishers didn't really do for anything for him either. And now Anatov is coming over with knights, and Max is going to have to wall this up. He has made a couple towers here, and there's a castle forward from Sato. Oh, baby. So he can make the chakram throwers with this if he wants to. I think that castle is just for a positioning thing, and it's going to be able to cut off the stone there from Max. Also going to be able to cut off this wood line, kill this tower, and put a lot of pressure. Gain some really great map control for Baguettes. For TC going up there from Valessa. Valessa had 75 villagers. He's only 5 ahead of Sato. Remember, he doesn't have the fishing economy anymore. That got cleared up. And Anatov with 11 fishing ships. So that's really, really going to help him in this situation. Max's towers clear up that knight, but he's going to have to run away from this wood line because of the castle there from Sato. And this game is kind of settled down a little bit. I mean, forward castle from Sato is going to be providing pressure, some Shravamsha raids, but not the insanity that we saw earlier in the match. Shravamshas have been really good for Sato, actually. Really, really good. Max shifted his focus over to Anatov at the end stages of that villager rush, and that gave Sato enough time to go up to Castle Age, gave him enough time to get some TCs down, and now some units out on the field. And Valessa is kind of being harassed by 2 people at the moment. I mean, his water got cleared up over here, and now he's being hit on land. It's very, very difficult for him at this stage, and you can see it reflected in the villager numbers. He's not as far ahead as you might think. Okay. Kshatriyas coming in. I don't know how to say that. Don't judge me. That's the minus 25% food cost reduction on military units for the Gujaras. Yo, GT, thank you for the prime, by the way. Thank you for the prime. You said it correctly? Good. Shrivamsha's still killing villagers. This Shrivamsha has 7 kills, and I think they were all villagers. I think this was the same one as before. So that's insane value there for Sato. Let's take a look at Max's forward base. He's still got stuff here, guys. He's in the castle age, and he's still got stuff forward. I wonder what he's going to do with this. That's actually kind of funny that he has this forward position, and that might be a little bit irritating, especially with a player like Max. I mean, if you're thinking about forward positions, Max is like the OG, right? Of just having random buildings forward in the enemy base, and he can be extremely deadly with it. Monks looping around this side from Sato, potentially looking for relics up at the top. There is one there that he can grab. Valessa, let's see how many relics he has. Where is his monastery? See, it would have been way easier for me to click through to the relic count, but he's got 2. There we go. I was already committed to looking for the monastery at that point. And now Valessa's coming forward onto this gold. Remember, we mentioned the gold earlier in the match. There's a lot of gold in this dry riverbed here. And right now, it looks like the Finns are kind of controlling that. They've got a TC nearby for Max. We've got a castle foundation up here from Anatov that he wants to get down. And a castle here from Max. So Max is trying to lock this center area down. And he's got the military from Valessa to support this. And Valessa is now on the way to the Imperial Age before any other player in this game. Where's that armored elephant? Armored elephant working on the market. That's actually smart. Max has been using that market for sure this game. Kind of smart to take that out. Castle from Anatov will likely go up there. The military is now shifting over from Valessa, but I don't think it's going to be in time. I mean, it's only 3 camels at this point and some monks. And now he's going for the infantry armor. Imagine if Sato had any eco upgrade. Oh, God. Sato only with the first wood upgrade. No horse collar. Does have wheelbarrow, but... yeah, man. That's got to be pretty rough for him. Max's forward villagers still just kind of chilling here. Maybe he's forgotten about him a little bit. Second castle over here from Valessa. And this is going to be a fantastic position for him to push out from. He can probably sit on this hill and target this castle with trebs. And there's not really that much to back it up here from Anatov. As Anatov gets 2 knights converted. And now his villagers are kind of getting killed by the pikemen and the knights from Valessa. As he comes out here to try and secure this gold. And Max is supporting with monks too. Valessa had 131 villagers right now. 131 villagers, folks. Anatov does have 11 fishing ships, but that's not enough to make up that difference. And he is going to be the first one to Imperial Age. So Valessa has done fantastic behind this. And oh boy, Max is getting his TC taken out. Valessa is now getting pushed by a castle. Valessa going for 2 trebs, and he's going into halberdier immediately. Even though he has the 2 relics, he's not going into cavalry here. Not against the Civ with such good camels. He's going into halberdier, and he's going to do a halb treb push. Probably against that castle in the top, and then work his way down towards the castles in the middle. All right. Eco for Sato and Anatov looking fairly decent back here. I wish we could, like, I want Capture Age at some point to implement a feature where we could see how much food eco the Gacharan goats have gained throughout the game. I think that would be fascinating. I think that would be really, really interesting to see. How are Suomi still in this game? Well, Max hit Anatov pretty hard, right? So Sato was hit hard at the beginning. Anatov was hit hard, and then Valesa basically lost his fish, and that's it, until mid-Castle Age, and then he started losing villagers. So I think it was all due to the fact that Valesa didn't get hit as hard as the other two guys. That's the reason they're still in it. Shrevamsha's now from Sato doing work on this side. He's up to Imperial Age. Max is up to Imperial Age. Max is at 70 villagers now. So that's decent. And chakrams being added in from Sato. So those are going to counter the halberdiers pretty nicely. And Valesa has 41 of them. Valesa cleared up this castle. Gold supply now looking pretty bad. It's looking quite bad for Baguettes. Where are they even taking gold? It shows they have 20 and 30 on gold. We got some gold back here for Anatov. And for Sato, I don't see it. I'm sure it's somewhere around here, but I don't see it. What's the relic count? It's a good question. Let's see. Relics. It says 0-0 Valesa and Max. So it must have been this monastery. Yep, monastery ejected them. And I think Valesa was trying to get away with those. That's why he ejected so early. And instead, the relics are just kind of sitting there. And now the chakram throwers are into his eco with an armored elephant in front attacking that monastery. So he's got 0. Anatov has 2. And now we've got archer range being added in here from Valesa. Halberdiers are just getting destroyed by these. And these barely have any upgrades either. But the push continues at the top here. And the gold control is all Finland's at the moment. Max base? What base? No, Max relocated up here before his main TC was taken out. Now they're taking out the castles over here. From Sato. Sato is still killing villagers over on this side, but Valesa has 126, and now he's switching into hand cannons. He went into skirmishers, or he's getting the skirm tech right now. And he's getting tower shields as well, but hand cannons will be quite good against these guys as long as they keep their distance. Max base is where Sato is taking gold. That's a good point. I was looking for that, and that's exactly where he's taking gold right now. And now Valesa is getting a little bit out of position with these trebuchets. Meanwhile, at the top, repairing a castle. He went for a forward castle here. And now he's the one that's going to struggle to defend against the bombard cannons from Anatov as he goes into hand cannons himself. Max, 86 villagers. He's really trying to get back into this game. But right now, firm eco lead there for Baguettes. 258 to 209. And military lead for them as well. They just don't have the gold supply that Finland has right now. And that Treb is going to be kept alive. But can the castle be kept alive? I mean, that's a lot of bombard cannons. Chakram throwers still wiping up everything from Valesa. And Valesa and Max are just crawling their way up to the top of the map. And this is all the farming eco. This is all the food eco for Valesa. Look at that. Like 50 farms going to be idled. That's a big investment from him. He's going to have to remake those somewhere else. And his food supply is really struggling because of it. Sato now selling stone for gold. Really needs that gold income. As Max gets that second armor upgrade and goes into Shrevamsha riders. And the Trebs are still kind of attacking. It's only one Treb in the middle of nowhere. But still kind of attacking this castle position from Sato. So they're trying to take back this side. They're losing Valesa's base at the moment. And they're also being pushed back on this side. By a lot of hand cannons and a lot of bombard cannons here from Anatov. And now they call it GG. What a great game. What a great game. Max really trying to rat it out there. And even at the end, you could see he was trying to raid with the Shrevamshas. He was very annoying to Anatov and Sato, but Anatov and Sato made it work. I really love the fact that Sato didn't overinvest in the military and feudal age. He used those goats He got up to Castle Age and he added extra TCs right away, and he was just trying to catch up on eco with Valessa the whole time. And that meant Valessa couldn't at any point really start to snowball the game. Valessa played very well. Max had an impact. I don't know. I'd really have to analyze it again to say that he played very well there. He certainly tried something, kind of a Lix-Yo approach to that game. Maybe he had Rubenstock maybe in the call. Maybe. No, it's like, no, man, no. Send more Vills. Max is like, no, my Vills are trapped. Rubenstock, no. Trust me, just send more Vills. Send more, please. Thank you. And yeah, Max did damage, but it wasn't quite enough. So that one goes to Baguettes. That's game number 1 right there, and we can see the statistics here. Valessa with a big army there. Anatov with an equally large army. And let's look at the food count here. Food count for Sato, 17K. I wonder how much those goats generated. Green should have fished a bit more. He had 11 fishing ships, right? He had 11 fishing ships to take all the fish close by. If he invests in the fish traps, there's always the risk that one of these other players can do like a sneaky dock, like here, go for fires, and then all your investment is wasted. I think 11 is enough. Because once the fish get out to like here, even if you have 30 fishing ships, there's just gonna be so much idle time. And I don't think you can justify the fish traps. Not when you don't have the entire shoreline shut down. Okay. Advanced statistics are a paid Capture Age Pro feature as well, by the way. I have Capture Age Pro. Which advanced statistics are you talking about? He does have the entire shoreline shut down? No, he doesn't. Max can hide a dock here. You can hide docks here, here. You can sneak a dock here. Like, yes, he kind of has it shut down, but it's not locked down. Okay, let's go to intermission screen and we chalk up a point here for Baguettes. Oh, you were talking to yourselves about the difference between free and paid? Ah. I just have pro because I figure I should have it. I am a caster. I figure I should support them. Maybe it gives me some functionality that I wouldn't otherwise have. I don't know. Maybe that's why I got it. I don't know. Hey man, how's it going? I'd love to say your name, but I'm afraid I would butcher it. Nice to have you, dude. Nice to have you here. Game 2 should be starting soon. You are a caster? Yes, surprisingly, yes. Without Capture Age, I wouldn't want AoE 2. It certainly makes it a lot better, right? Old Capture Age, it took them a few years to really get it going. Like, pre-DE Capture Age, I wasn't a fan. Honestly, I would have rather watched with, like, the spec overlay. But now, the version they have now is just fantastic. I think being able to rewind... Ah, yeah, rewind the timeline is a pro feature, yeah. This is a best of 7, by the way. I checked on Wikipedia. It said best of 5. Oh, it is a best of 7. What the fuck did I see? I had it as best of 7 at the beginning. And then I changed it because I checked on Wikipedia and it said best of 5. What did I see? This is what I saw. You see that? Suomi versus Baguettes, best of 5. But then if you go to the Terra Nova Duos thing, it says best of 7. So I know none of you believe me when I said I checked Wikipedia, but I actually did.
Dave out dance, Dave out dance, Dave out dance.
Okay, we forgive you. Yeah. Yep. Next game. You know why are in AoE only a few women in the top 100? Well, think of the player pool. What's the percentage on the player pool? Is it like 10% of the player pool? Is it less? It's probably less of the competitive player pool. It's probably like 5%. Just do the numbers, my friend. And how many of those joined in the last like 2 years? Probably a good percentage of that small percent joined in the last 2 years. And how long does it take to become a pro player in AoE 2? Probably like 5 years, honestly. If you look at the top 100, majority of those people have been playing for over 5 years. So give it time. We'll get one eventually. But yeah, you need time and numbers. All right, here we are, Patagonia. And this is a nomad start. And we've got these 2 ponds here with deep fish inside of them. We've switched to the best of 7, so that's perfect. And we're in game number 2 here, and we've got Sato playing as Malians and Margugu playing now instead of Anatov, and he's playing as the Koreans. And we're going to have 3 docks in this one pond and only 1 dock over on this pond. Valessa is playing as the Mayans, and Max is playing as the Malians. So Malians probably one of the best civs for this map because you save wood on buildings. You save wood on buildings, which means you can get the fishing ship out right away from these Malian docks. And we can see both the Malian players now just hanging out with that same fish, the same perch, both fishing that, and they know exactly where the docks are. And that means you get a little bit of a head start with your fishing ship out immediately. Is this live? This is live. Welcome, my friend. What's on the islands with the relics? You knew exactly what you were doing when you asked me what's on the island with the relics. You knew exactly what was going to happen. Okay? You knew exactly what I was going to... Because when I start clicking an animal, I just can't stop. I have to click it at least 20 times. Where is Patagonia IRL? It's in southern Argentina, my friend. It's a very unique kind of habitat. Are they the aggressive kind? They look like... See, they look like emperor penguins, which is weird because we're not in Antarctica, but... I mean, maybe they're just chilling there. In between the you know, breeding season or whatever. They're just chilling. Chile in shambles? Well, I guess southern Chile as well. I don't know if it's like a specific region, though. Is it like a biome or is it like a specific region in a country? I've always wanted to go there. I thought it would be interesting. I don't like warm places, so the thought of going to South America is not very appealing to me. I would literally melt like a snowman. But going to more like temperate climate in the south of South America would be interesting for sure. And they've got some interesting like little... Does anyone remember... I think there was like a documentary that was done as we see the donkeys now pushing in the deer. That's a good donkey right there. There's a documentary done on like the forest down there that has a bunch of miniature creatures that have all evolved to be tiny little versions of like a bigger creatures. It's interesting. There's like little house cats as the apex predator. They're so cute. Donkey. Fun fact, when I was 11 years old or 12 years old, whenever Shrek came out, the summer after Shrek came out, I did a live adaptation in theater camp of Shrek, and I was Donkey. That's right. You're looking at Donkey. That's right. I'm so glad there's no footage of that. Did you do the accent? Of course, dude. Of course I did. Of course. All right, so standard starts here for all these players. Margugu, looks like he's actually one villager ahead, but I would assume that's because he hasn't gotten Loom, right? Yeah, he hasn't gotten Loom, so that'll even out at the end of the day, and all the people are basically even across the board. Now, the only question for me is is anyone going to come over and contest this pond over here? This donkey is being a little bit annoying, and now, oh, Valessa! Don't do it to him! Don't do it to him, Valessa! He didn't mean it! He didn't mean it! Oh, no. Cue the... Oh, God. He's getting donkey punched. Oh, God. Why did it... Oh, Jesus. He went down. He went down. Look at him. He just looks so sad. And Valessa just calmly goes back to fishing. He doesn't even hide the carcass. He doesn't hide the evidence at all. Yes, I know there's many jokes to be made. I know. I know, chat. I know. All right, so like I said, my only question is who is going to dock this pond? Is anybody going to dock this pond? And the answer is right there. Sato is going to dock it, and Sato is only 15 seconds away from the feudal age. So he's going to start harassing this. Valessa has gone for many fish here, and I think Valessa is going for a more fast castle approach. You can look at his food count right now. It's looking decent, and he's probably already planning on losing some of his fish, but he split them all up here. And he split them up because he wants to get as much food income as possible out of these fish before they die. And if they're split up like this, that means Sato is going to have to attack these, come all the way over here, try and find these, attack them, then come all the way over, try and find those. And by the time that he does that, Valessa should hopefully be up to the castle age. So he's going for the numbers approach with the fishing ships. He's just banking on the fact they'll bring in enough food before he dies. Someone please stop sharing. Thank you very much. No pyramids in my chat. Thank you very much. All right, on the other side, Sato is going to be harassing the dock from Max a little bit. He's looking for the fishing ships, and Max is over here. Max is already in the feudal age, and now Max has gone. Oh, yes. Yes, I love this. He's got a fishing ship garrison here. So now Sato, and he's got a fishing ship garrison here. So Sato has no idea what's in these docks. He's just like kind of assuming there might be fire galleys. And that Max can pop out at any time. And Sato is going to have to invest hardcore. Max is actually going for fire galley follow-up behind this, though. So maybe that wasn't his intention. Maybe he was actually accidentally queuing up fishing ships. I don't know. Classic double bluff. Yep. All right, Valessa is moving his fish around, and this is what I was talking about, right? He's still getting food income, even though Sato is up much faster. He will eventually clear this area, but Valessa will keep his fish alive. He'll have a decent food count, 800 food in the bank right now, and he's still going to be able to contest water while getting up to Castle Age, likely before anyone else. Margugu looking to go up to Castle Age too. He's using the market a little bit. And it's going to be a Castle Age versus Castle Age battle over on this side. And Margugu is also on stone, so he's looking for a castle. Is Valessa on stone? He is not. Valessa is going for a blacksmith instead. And Margugu's up. Margugu. Let's see what he can spot. Does he know about Valessa here? He has no idea that Valessa is here. Oh, that sucks. You got to send your donkey over here, my dude. You got to send your donkey over here. Imagine if he knew Valessa was taking gold here. The castle could go up right here and deny everything. And Margugu might actually find this eventually. His scouting is ass. His scouting is the donkey trying to push in deer. Please go in. Please, they told me they would kill me if I didn't push you in. Please, just go. That turned really dark really fast. Yeah, well, you know, I gotta find something to do. And look at who's won this pond. Look at who has won this pond and kept this fish alive. It is indeed Valessa. Valessa still with 6 fishing ships alive. And he's got more HP on his fire galleys. He's got a villager here to defend or to repair. So this is looking pretty good for Valessa. The only problem for him is that Margugu knows where he is now. He was signaling that, and Margugu's going to come forward with the castle here. Valessa sees this, though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This could be disastrous. This could be disastrous for both players, and I think Margugu has made the correct decision, and he is going to back away from this fight. Yep. He backs away from that, and he's forced to make the castle over here. Fortunately for Margugu, Mayans don't really have a whole lot to counter war wagons. Eagles, unless they're massed up in big numbers, aren't really strong enough. They do have monks, and that's what he's gone into, but the monk tech tree for the Mayans isn't great. It's not terrible, but it's not great at the same time. Over on the other side, we have a tower here from Max, cutting off that wood line from Sato, and now Max is on the way to Castle Age. Sato is still not up to Castle. And Sato is not even close to Castle Age right now, but he has cleared out the fish from Max, so they will have free fish over here in this pond. And he's also cleared up all of the fish now from Valessa. So Sato really stayed in Feudal Age a long time, and he's got water control for his team. Tower here now from Margugu. We see the monks kind of pushing those wagons away, and now the eagles, they can't really engage against these war wagons, right? War wagons 9 base attack. 9 plus 2 attack. And if we look at the eagle pierce armor, it's not great, right? It's not fantastic until you get all the upgrades, and that's going to be expensive, and you're going to need a lot of eagles too. How high would you rate peak max? It's hard to say, right? Because he hasn't really reached his peak when everyone else got really, really good. The time, probably his best was around Hidden Cup 2. And that was before DE came out, right? And he hasn't really hit his peak since DE came out, so I don't know. This is terrible for Sato. Oh, yeah, Margugu is on his team. Never mind. This is great for Sato. Wagons making the way through. I just, like, instinctively saw wagons going into Sato's gold, and I was thinking, this is awful for him. And then my brain was like, wait a second. They're on the same team, David. You're an absolute idiot. And this is terrible now for Max, as he's going to be up against these wagons. And remember, Koreans get the armor for free. So the armor values on these wagons is absolutely insane. He's got 5 pierce armor, even 2 melee armor. So it's going to be really, really difficult for Max to clear this up. Sorry for clicking over there. And he's going to lose vills. He will get the TC up, but he's going to lose at least probably 5 villagers here. Good micro, actually, for Max. To only lose 3 vills building that town center. But his town center fire is doing absolutely nothing to those wagons. And is this another castle? Is this another castle from Margugu? No, Margugu is going for a tower over here, and the tower is going to be great against the monks. And Valessa doesn't want to spend his conversion juice, his monk juice, on the wagons. He wants to spend it, or sorry, on the villagers. He wants to spend his monk juice on the wagons. And that means that Margugu can kind of get away with making these towers forward. Monk juice? Why are you dance gaming monk juice? I say it all the time. And Valessa needs to stay away from this tower here. Towers are really good against monks. It's an excellent counter to a monk rush. Margugu getting a little bit too far forward, though. Fortunate the fast conversions didn't go in, and now It's Valesa's turn to go for a castle here. This is a very difficult castle, though. If the wagons come and sit right here, they could potentially deny this. And the castle is only at 14% at the moment. And there's another tower there from Margugu. And these are guard towers, too. This could be so brutal. 1 monk gets taken out. 2 monks get taken out. 3 monks. 2 wagons converted only, but the castle is likely going to be denied here. And yeah, Valesa needs to abandon that. That was poor decision making there from Valesa. I think he should have deleted these houses and put the castle a little bit closer to his town center. I don't think there was any reason to keep those houses there and to put the castle up in that position. That is a reckless, reckless castle. Meanwhile, on this side, wagons getting converted over here by Max, and there's 3 town centers now from Max, as Sato is just now on the way to Castle Age. Does have a lot of fishing ships, though, and he's taking the fish over in this side. Margugu playing really well. Yeah, it's a very reckless castle, and there's like no opportunity now for him to go back out for this. There's 2 towers that can range that. Looks like another tower foundation over here from Margugu. He's signaling over here. There was a knight from Max, but he's got it, dude. He's got a ridiculous amount of war wagons now. He's got 10 of them. Such a powerful unit at this stage of the game. He should really get into mountaineering as a hobby too, because he could just climb these and go to the back of Valesa's base. Another castle. Valesa just bought some stone for another one. This one is going to be better. This one's going to be safer, and it means that Margugu has to think about pushing in here. But with these wagons, I think he honestly could. They have so much pierce armor. If he finds himself a hole, he can go right in through the middle here. And if he doesn't find himself a hole, he'll simply casually make his way over to Max's base on this side. Sato walled himself into a little egg in the middle, and now Sato is pushing out towards Max. 42 villagers for him, 45 villas only for Max, and 10 fishing ships for Sato. So Sato has the better eco at the moment. And am I seeing this correct? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I had a moment there where I thought Max didn't have any eco upgrades, but he does have the plus, the second wood upgrade, which is good. Dave moment. Yep. Sato is actually French for egg. Okay. I don't think so. That would be Louf. I probably butchered that. Castle over here from Sato. You love to see it. It's a big castle. It's a lot of war wagons. Sato. And 1 monk and 2 spearmen is not going to be enough here from Max. And the spearmen attempted to be converted back, but it doesn't work. War wagons just sitting here. Max is going to have a castle in his face. Valesa already dealing with towers in his face. He finally gets that castle foundation up. And Valesa is finally on the... he's finally pushing here. He's being a little bit aggressive. Aggressive. That's what we should call him. These wagons can kind of just hang out under these town centers too. Only fletching for Max. The damage that the town center is doing to these wagons is negligible. For sure. Now Max is looking for a way out. Max is running. Sato tried to wall him in. Sato will see him running here with the wagons. Or sorry, with the outpost. And the wagons are knocking at the door on this gate because Sato has walled this entire area in. But Margugu, with more wagons on this side, this is getting very, very difficult for the Finnish boys. And I think Max, if he can't escape with all these villas right now, I think his eco is just going to be 100% dead. Petards now. Petards now, and he's trying to batter through this wall. This is fantastic. From Margugu. If he gets in here, it could be real trouble for Valesa. Valesa does not have enough stone for another castle. He's already built 2 on this side. Alessa has 71 villagers. He went for the extra town centers back here. Margugu only with 59, but Alessa could be at a lot less in a few minutes here. As Margugu makes his way in. And Alessa did have enough stone for another castle. Was just going forward. And it's gone forward onto Sato's base. Alessa trying to make some stuff happen here as Sato is forced to go into a tower of his own, but if the TC is doing no damage, then the tower certainly isn't, especially without fletching. We see this war wagon just kind of shrugging off the 5 damage from that tower. Let's take a look at Max's base. Second castle going up. Max is... Where... Max's economy is here. It's all there. He's got some running. He's got some villagers up here, but now he's being harassed by Margugu. And it's just kind of... I feel like 3 players have war wagons right now. Yeah! Everyone's got some war wagons, bro. Mayan war wagons, Malian war wagons, Korean war wagons. And Max. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Max can't even get away. Alessa, though, on the way to Imperial Age, and Max is running this way. You know things are bad. You know things are bad when Max is running his eco towards the TC that just got denied. And that's a second game for Baguettes. Margugu played that perfectly. He was up to Castle Age before Alessa. And that was adding less fish than Alessa as well. He got the castle down. He got the towers down here. I think Alessa made a big mistake with this castle, not deleting these houses and just like putting it here if he really wanted it in that location. He got denied off that, but it was always going to be a rough go against war wagons. Why didn't Max run towards his ally? Yes, why did he not run this way? I mean, I guess he could have snuck around that way. But, oh, this is, I think this is blocked off. I think this is blocked off. I think it would have to go through here to get over there. Why didn't he run this way? Yes. Why did they play so much worse than their opponent? What a question. What a question. Oh my god. Look at that KD from Margugu. Holy. Oh my god. He did get 11 units converted, but still, damn. Margugu coming in there after a great game from Anatov last game. Yeah, he's taking that he's taking that contract seriously, Bullet. See the My Insanity name in front of these players? 3 great up-and-comers in My Insanity right now. Sato is probably not an up-and-comer. He's just a... Actually, that sounds weird. He's just already here. Margugu is up-and-coming. And Anatov as well is up-and-coming. I'm glad I caught myself there. That is a bit weird. That's a bit weird. He said, what, Dave? We're not talking about it. All right, so that was a win. That was a loss for Suomi, and then this was a loss for them as well. So now we're going on to Arenaception, which I believe is like, well, just Arenaception. I don't know. I was going to say Socotra in the middle and then like Oasis on the outside, but I see some like little gold piles in the middle there. I don't know. Update the score here. If it's a best of 7, what happens after Swami's next loss? I think they pick whatever map is left. I don't know. I don't fucking know. All right, waiting for the next game here. Wasn't a similar arena map in another tournament recently? I do not remember. No. Whatever is going to happen, I'm sure Dave will catch it. Yeah, you have a lot of faith in me, my friend. I'm going to assume that was meant exactly as you said it. Did you like my clown, Dave, in your Discord? No, I hated it. Oh, I think I've seen this map before. So we just have arena bases here. And then on the outside, it's all clear. We've got a few occasional wood lines here. A few occasional golds and stones. And then the circular wood line in the middle. And I think most of these players are going to be fighting over this middle area where all the relics are. And we've got some stones and golds. But there is opportunities to run to the outside and play a more defensive style game. So we've got Valessa over here in the red playing as the Turks. We have Max playing as the Teutons. Anatov is playing as the Poles. And Sato is playing as the Turks. So 2 Turks in this game. 1 Teuton and 1 Pole. Isn't Sato's back base blocking? It is! Wow. So he's fully walled off on this side. Interesting. Wonder if that's like an advantage or not. I don't know. Max is Anatov is 1 tile away from blocking it off. Look at this guy. Tell me your story. Do Obuk slaughter Teutonic Knights? It feels like they would do better against them than most other units, but I don't know if they... I'm sure they trade cost effectively. I don't know if they actually trade better in a 1-to-1 fight, though. I feel like Elite Teutonic Knight, with the damage that they have, would just still win. It's still 100 HP, 17 attack unit. Yeah, and they don't deal enough damage with the first few of their hits. So it would really need to be a combination between the Obuk and something else. They don't trade anywhere close to cost effectively. So the unit that you would assume Obuk would do the best against, comparatively, they actually don't do that well against. Well, you love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Obuk plus Skirm? I mean, maybe. What about Obuk plus Winged Hussar? What about that?
Fuck you, Riley. I made your mom so wet, Trudeau deployed.
Yo, Rogar, thank you for the 8 months, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for the follows.
Go
Appreciate it.
Baguettes. The Ugly Baguette.
Obuk plus Janissary? Janissaries already do fairly well against... Janissaries don't really need the armor reduction. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got 22 attack. They don't really need any armor reduction of any kind. I think they're already good on that. They just need to hit their shots. What's your favorite bread product? Are we classifying like pastries as bread? Is like, let's say for example, like is Just bread? Okay. Okay. So just bread. I'm a big fan of sourdough bread. I love a good loaf of sourdough bread. I love it. It's great. Tasters says bread. What the fuck? Don't get all hot and bothered about it, my dude. I just asked a question. I also like pizza. Yeah, I love pizza. But that has a lot of other stuff on it. Sourdough is bread. Thank you, man. Thank you. All right. So what is Anatov doing here? He's going up 18 population, and he's going forward with the villagers as the poles. So he's got a long way to trek over to Valesa's base. And looks like he is indeed heading for Valesa. He's heading for the Turk player. Doesn't want to tower rush Teutons for some reason. I can't quite put my finger on it, but doesn't want to do that. Max now going up 24 population. And it's a long way to walk. It's a very long way to walk for Anatov. But yeah, my favorite type of bread, like if I were just going to pick a bread, it would probably be like a really good sourdough. There's some bad sourdoughs out there, but like a really good one would be nice. If it's one thing the Germans get right, it's bread. Really? I would say that's one thing. I'd say that's something that like France gets really right. The bread in France and Belgium was amazing. When I was there. Alright, so tower rush here from Anatov. He's going to try and bust through, and Valesa's just trying to buy himself enough time. He's already on stone here with the Turks. He was trying to go for a fast castle, and if Anatov's not fast enough, he can actually do that, and he can get the castle up and start making janissaries. He might be able to sacrifice a few villagers here in defense just to buy himself enough time to get up to Castle Age. I wonder if he goes for a counter tower first, though. Does he sacrifice his castle uptime to go for some additional defenses? Because the tower is now going to be up for Anatov, so this is going to get very difficult here for Valesa. Market blacksmith, or do you go for a counter tower? There's the blacksmith right there. There's the market right there. He's going to wall off to the TC a little bit. His gold is still exposed on this side, so he's got to do something about that. Maybe a tower over here. Yep. There it is. And Max is now on the way to Castle Age. So Max went up 23 villagers to Feudal Age, made an additional 2, and now he's on the way to Castle Age. It's a very tight build there from Max. I remember when I was in Finland, they ate a lot of rye bread over there. But like really, really tough, like black rye bread. And it took me a long time to get used to it. It took me a long time to get used to it. Because you can't just really eat it by itself. You have to like add cheese and sausage and whatnot on top of it. Not sausage, but like meat and whatnot. I'm not a rye enjoyer. I kind of enjoyed it by the end. Once I got like my preferred toppings figured out. But it's not really like... It's not really a bread you just eat to enjoy the flavor of the bread. Scandinavian food is really awful. They have some good stuff, but in general, I would agree with you, yeah. They're just really stubborn. It's like when your mom like gave you a food you didn't like when you were a kid, and the like explanation was like, but it's good for you. It's like, that doesn't help the flavor. Sorry, Mom. Doesn't matter how many times you say that. All right, tower coming up here from Anatov, and Anatov has forced out a lot of houses from Valesa. That's a lot of additional wood investment. Max is going for the boom on the other side, and Valesa is now coming forward. Sorry, Sato is coming forward with a castle on Valesa. So right now their full focus is taking out Valesa and kind of nuking Valesa. And I wonder if Sato is thinking about a fast Imperial, and it looks like he is. He's got a lot of food banked, a lot of gold banked here. And he's going for that forward castle. Valesa, though, working on a castle of his own. I don't believe he can range the villagers if Sato puts them on this side. So Sato can complete this castle. And I believe he's going to get this castle up, go up to Imperial Age, get some trebs on the field, take this castle down from Valesa, and they're going to try and make this a 2v1 against Max. Now, the bad thing for Anatov and Sato is that, sure, you're making it a 2v1, but it's Max, and he's booming on the side. With Teutons, with a Paladin Civ, this could be incredibly dangerous if you don't kill Valesa fast enough and shift your attention over here, because it's Max, and we all know what Max can do. Yeah, if anyone can 2v1, it's a fully boom Max. I agree. It doesn't matter how, like, not on peak form he is. Max is one of the best boomers the game has ever seen. I wonder if Sato and Anatov are taking the odd colors. It's a good point. Max isn't teal. I wonder if they're taking the odd colors so Max can't go teal. Max is bad. Okay. All right, first time chatter. I see you. Might be a last time chatter too. You play your cards right. Max can only make booming. Another castle for Valesa. Interesting. I wonder what the sling rules are here. If, like, either Sato or Valesa could be slung up to Imp, that could be a really good strategy. But it looks like Sato is actually not going Imperial Age. I thought he was with those res, but he's actually making Janissaries. Now I have to wonder, like, how much did this castle forward really do? How much did this tower rush really do? Anatov now going for a castle over on this side as Max loses a monk. But, like, if they're not going to go up to Imp, if they're not going to punish him, they're just giving Max an incredible villager lead here. 54 vills. Petard into Max? I don't know about that, man. Max is on stone as well. He's had 3 TCs for a while, booming up behind here. He's going for a university now, and he might be going up to Imperial Age soon. This map is very arena-like. I honking love it. You honking love it? Myth super down bad. He honking loves it, guys. Did you mean to say hecking or honking? Is honking new? There's a goose in this chat, yep. A little bit sloppy here from Max to lose that villager over here and this one over here, but he's got 60. He can afford to lose a few. And now there's petards here from Anatov. He's going to try and get in, but Max going for the walls behind. And if he goes for fortified wall, that could actually be really good. He should have got it. He's got the university already. It's a very cheap upgrade. I think fortified wall would be big, big, big here. Goes for the siege workshop. And now Anatov, even if he gets through this wall, there's a lot of work to be done. Would you consider showing something else on bottom right? Think relics and Katie would be more interesting than res? No, I think res is by far the most important thing to look at right here. Because we got to be looking at whether people are going up to Imp or whether they're planning for it. All right, Max is on the way to Imperial Age. I don't think relics or Katie or anything else like that matters at this point in the game. Maybe idle TC time. Maybe you could make an argument for that, but... All right. Sato, enough castle or enough stone for another castle if he wants to. His castle over here is being taken out by these two castles from Valessa in defense. And Valessa still on only 1 TC. And now Valessa is looping these Janissaries around. So he's going to try and do damage against Sato. Can't really find much back there, though. Max still defending over here. He's going for a defensive castle behind this. 67 vills still for him. Still no fortified wall. Like, you wouldn't need to add these extra layers if you had the fortified... I don't know. I don't know. There it is, right there. A little bit too late, though. Such a cheap upgrade. But I rarely see people getting it. Alright, castle's up for Max. It's not his Imp TC, by the way. The Imp TC is back here. That's wise. You never know what's going to happen. Fortified wall is in. Max still losing village. Okay, that's a little bit sloppy from him to keep mining there. But we're going to need more than that petard from Anatov to get through these fortified walls. Defensive castle now from Sato. And Max, wow. Max is getting bold with his other TC placements. Imperial Age now on the way from Valessa. Neither player from Baguettes is up to Imperial Age yet. So if Max goes for Trebs, there's really nothing that can stop them taking down this castle. Also, Valessa can take out this castle. If he manages to save his TC, that is. I wonder, dude, I wonder if Sato was like, saw the score drop from Valessa. If he killed this palisade wall and then sent petards out towards this TC, I don't think these castles hit them. I don't think they can. I think that's like the perfect little angle. That's not his Imp TC, is it? It's his only TC, my friend. That's why he's repairing with 1 Vill. Okay, Max is going to start working away on this castle. He's got another trebuchet on the way. What else is he building up into, though? It's only trebs right now? There's literally nothing in the queue? So what's he going to follow up with? He's going for a wall over here. Okay. Securing this area of the map, and maybe can think about starting a push on this side. So Toe is on the way to Imperial Age. Imperial Age is now in for Valessa, and Valessa goes for 1 Treb and the armor upgrade for his Janissaries. Where are his Janissaries? They are in the castles, helping out against this one. Siege Workshop's forward now from Sato. He's going to get into Bombard Cannon once he gets to Imperial Age. He's still ahead in villagers over Valessa. So they did hit Valessa pretty hard there. And now we have Anatov also making his way up. Forward pressure completely cleared off Max's side. Tower is going to go down, and now he can make his way out with these monks. Does now have Sanctity, and he does have block printing. So 12 range monks there. I wonder if he has Redemption? I don't know. He knows that there's going to be bombard cannons out here pretty soon. So Redemption monks with block printing would really help. As we see now, Elite Janissary already being researched from Sato. And he's at the backside here. Things will go up to 22 base attack. Now, it's going to be unfortunate if he loses all of these to the Janissaries from Valessa. Nice snipe. All right, there we go. You see, they get 6 more HP and they get 5 more attack on these units. And he's going to be fighting back here against Valessa. And Valessa, I mean, he should be able to defend. You can see him baiting out some of the shots here with the Janissary in front. And he does have 2 castles back here. He's got lots of Jans actually still garrisoned in these castles he should probably use. And now Sato is going to lose that forward army as Max now comes out with a defensive castle. Max switches into stables now. We've got Anatov going for the armor, and he's switching into stables as well. And he is poles. So he will have access to Winged Hussar, which it looks like he wants to get into. And the Winged Hussar, my question right now is like, are they still trying to just kill Valessa? Are they still trying to knock Valessa out of the game and then shift their focus to Max? Because that's what it kind of looks like right now. What are the Winged Hussar really going to do against the Teutons, especially with a setup like this? Maybe if they could get into Valessa's base, though, which is still kind of open at the side, they could kill his whole economy. He's still 1 TC. Siege Workshop being taken out. Sato with a decent amount of bombard cannons. Sato now going for a wall off over on this side. And Valessa trying to snipe down these bomber cannons from Sato. But Sato with the attack round manages to take out one dude. Don't know how that didn't take out more than that. And a nice split there from Sato to dodge the cannon fire from Valessa. Max, though, is already over here. And I guess it was only 4 scouts. Okay, that makes sense. It was only 4 scouts from Anatov, probably to take out the monks from Max. Beginning of stages of Imperial Age. And Max is going to be able to snipe these bombard cannons. Likely doesn't have forging yet. Doesn't have any attack upgrades, but all of these will die. Take a look at relic count real quick. There it is. 5 relics for Sato. And 0 relics for anyone else. Take a look at idle TC time, too. There's a lot of idle TC time here from Anatov. Healing coming in from these wonderful Teutonic monks. And more stables now coming up from Max. And Paladin is on the way. Max is sitting at 131 villagers. As Sato and Anatov are kind of building up. Anatov does have cheaper Cavalier production, but Max has Paladin. So, which one would you rather take? I'd probably rather take Paladin. And Max also has a castle over here. Ooh, yikes. Going for markets on this side, too. They're already setting up the trade. Trade's going to be a little bit awkward, though, especially with these houses over here. Especially with this wood line. I guess Max was kind of walled at the back there with the wood line, too. But they can go right through his base, I suppose. And if you wall up both sides, you can kind of just delete the walls around your starting arena. All right, here we go. Anatov diving in for these bombard cannons. Valessa with the Janissaries behind here. Does he have elite yet? He does not. And Max with the Paladins in front. Max's Paladins are going to do work against these Cavalier from Anatov. And even with the elite Janissary upgrade, it's not going to make a difference here. Max and Valessa are going to win this fight. Valessa did lose some bombard cannons, but they're going to be holding on here. And Max is just slowly building into more Paladins at the moment. He's got 42 on gold at the moment. 37 Cavalier, though. That is no joke from Anatov. So he has the worst unit, but he has double the numbers. Kind of incredible, honestly. Now Max is selling his food to get more gold to make sure his production... No, he's adding in trade. Okay, so he's stalling out Paladin production right now. And they're already adding in trade. He's using his gold for that. So they're gonna kind of just buy some time on this side. And get the trade lines working. Risky time to stall for trade? Well, that's always the difficult balance, right? That's the difficult balance at high-level team games, or any team games, any level, to be honest, is when do you switch into trade? If you think you can hold, that's when you start investing gold. Nice little rhyme there. And right now, it looks like the risk is not paying off. It looks like the risk is not paying off. Max still has 22 Paladins, but Valessa is now in trouble. And Valessa getting a lot of the Janissaries taken out by the bomber cannons from Sato. Valessa also maybe busy over here with the raids from Anatov trying to get into his base. Max defending him a little bit. And Max now engaging against these Cavalier with his Paladins. And the Cavalier, there's just so many of them for Anatov. So maybe Max completely misjudged the situation. He does have 5 trade carts, 5 more in the queue, but those are going to take a while to pay off, right? 39 military for Finland. We got 100 military for Baguettes. What an incredible performance as Max now goes for another castle over here. So he's invested in a capped ram as well. But the castle from Anatov is going to be up, and this might be a denial if he notices. If he doesn't notice, this castle is going to attack that ram, and this one will go up. And yeah, he doesn't notice right away. Oh, he does! Meanwhile, on the front side, though, Max loses the castle at the front. And that's where his production buildings are, too. He's still adding more trade. This castle does go up over here. But there's so many Janissaries. 40 elite Janissaries here from Sato. And Valesa is just not in a position to help. He was 1 TC for so long. And they just called it GG. Wow, dude. Trade investment, not worth it there. Not worth it. I think you need to just keep making Paladins, maybe. But still, Valesa was not in a great position. Sato and Anatov did quite a bit of damage, and Sato added that second TC and got the relics in the early stages of the game. Why was Max idle TC so much? Anatov, the last time we looked at it, when they were getting to Imp, Anatov actually had more. Yeah, he has more idle TC time. Max has 4 TCs, so, and his idle TC time when he made that 4th one was only at like 11 minutes or something. So he didn't really have that much. Anatov has 5 TC. Did he add a 5th one? I guess he did. He probably this one back here. He had 130 vills a while ago and then stopped making vills. Yeah, and that's pretty standard, right? They just needed more military, dude. They just needed more military. Those relics really helping Sato out. The second TC, big time helping Sato. Valesa was up to Imperial Age first, but the pressure forward from Anatov and Sato was insane early, and that just bought them the entire map control. Max, I think Max's biggest mistake was probably like the defense here. He probably lost like 8 or 9 villagers defending that were really avoidable losses, honestly. I think if he gets fortified wall early, I don't think they really do that much to him. It's like 2 more petards for every layer of wall that you make. And you don't have to sacrifice your vills. But who knows? Sato with a great KD there. Take a look at the relic gold. 2,700 relic gold brought in for Sato. Impressive stuff. Nice trade profits. Let me see. Hey! How many cards did he make? He had 13 and he had 6 more in the queue. So that's 19 trade cards. Oh boy. What is that? Like 950 gold investment or something? Damn. That's a lot of gold. All right, we update our score. 3-0. I didn't see that coming. I definitely, if you would have asked me who was going to win this set, I think I would have given the edge to Baguettes, just because they've been playing so well recently and Max hasn't been playing all that much. Clearly, I think Valesa is the best player in between these teams, but Max hasn't been playing that much, so. Is Boa open casting? Yep. I've just been really busy last couple weekends. Thank you for the follows. Appreciate it. And that was all their home maps, folks. Oh, God. They just lost 3 in a row on their home maps. Any Finnish fans out there? I haven't seen you very active in the chat. Emote redemption. Oh, that's active right now. Please, guys, if you're going to redeem emotes, please try not to do it while I'm casting something. You want pog planting? Oh, pog planting's already an emote, dude. You can't redeem an emote that's already up there. Or you just, I guess you just want to replace it. Okay, we remove pog planting. And then we add it again. The easiest emote renewal I've ever had. He did too. Bread bounce is first. Oh, well. We remove clean. And we add bread bounce. Perfect. All right, so we're waiting for the next game. Song's too honky dory to play it right now. There we go. Can I honk you, Dave? No. Slam is playing Yo right now. Oh, Black Betty, slam a jam. Oh, Black Betty, slam a jam. Damn thing gone wild. Yeah, still waiting for the game. They're taking a little bit of a break here, I guess. Yo, Makuzia, thank you for the tier 1, dude. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you so much. I see you followed as well. The follow and then immediate sub. You love to see it. You love to see it. When is next Hidden Cup? It's hidden. That's right. Okay, I don't know if they, like, this game failed to launch or something. It's just saying downloading match content. Ah, here we go. Okay, we should be into it now. Unexpected error encountered in application. Age 2 connection is lost. My Age of Empires. Oh, no. Don't tell me. Don't tell me this is one of those. Oh, no. Oh, no. It looks like they went back from... Nope. Nope. I just crashed. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Oh, God. Don't tell me it's this one. Don't tell me it's this one where I crash and then I can't get in. No matter what I do. I'm restarting the game. Ugh. We had this once before. Nothing I did worked. I would just crash over and over and over again trying to get into the game. Yeah, I know other people are in the game. I know. Just some, occasionally, like some matches, for some reason. Like the last time this happened, a couple other people crashed trying to get in too. And we don't know why. Let's see. It says getting match content data. And it's just got a little spinny cog. Failed to download match content.
Fuck you, Riley. I made your mom so wet, Trudeau deployed a 24-hour infantry unit to stack sandbags around my bed.
Okay. Okay, we're in the loading screen right now. Loading screen. We're in. Perfect. Suomi versus Baguettes, and we've got game number 4 here, and this is on EU Mountain Coast, and all the players start with their TCs over on this side. You actually start with this nice little junk, which can trade with enemy docks and bring you back gold. So you can see that it's got 122 gold on that ship, so that'll really help you with the early builds. You also have these trade workshops up here that can create villagers but it takes a long time for them to create villagers. I think it's like 2 times the normal rate of a villager to create it. So the only player that has gone out to get that is Max at the moment. And Max is now villager warring. Sito on this side. We've got Berbers for Max. We've got Berbers for Sito. We've got Chinese for Anatov and Chinese for Valessa. So Max has gone Berbers because he wants to villager war his opponents, and Sito has done the same thing, and Berbers with their faster moving villagers can do that really well. And Sito is already over here on the woodline from Valessa. Valessa losing 1 villager already. He's going to lose another villager here. Sito will lose his first over on this side, and Sito will likely lose his second here. Sito getting his horse involved as well. Loses another one, loses a third. Valessa now losing a third. Oh, this is messy. Max has also gotten this trade workshop, and he's just going to be producing villagers like mad. He's running away with these villagers. He's dragging some bears over here towards the economy from Anatov, and now he's fighting over on this side. He's managed to wall in another villager. This is absolutely insane. And right now, Max, with those 2 trade workshops up at the top, is so far ahead in villagers right now. 23 villagers for him. 16 villagers only for Anatov. 17 villagers only for Sito. Max is creating vills like crazy, and he's still got the fishing ships. So he's got some food to keep it going. And now Max walls in another batch of villagers here from Anatov. Anatov trying desperately to escape. Max trying to kill these. And Sito and Anatov are in a rough position here as Max is trying to make up maybe for last game. I mean, damn, dude. He is just going hard with this villager rush. 25 vills for him now. And he's sending more. Even sending the weak ones back here. He's got more on the way. There's always another one. where that came from. Still repairing this house. Still has this trapped in. Will likely delete a wall here and try and get in here with the villagers to finish these off. Going for more Vil battles here against Sato. Sato has picked a fight with a man that you just don't want to mess with at this point. I mean, Max has 26 Vils. Now, according to Nova, as Sato is still over here harassing a little bit with his villagers and losing another one. According to Nova, everyone would always race for these at the beginning of the tournament. And then people stopped going for them because they figured out it just really wasn't worth the investment. They'd rather go up to Castle Age and then go for them later. But it looks like Max has a completely different strategy. He doesn't want to boom with those like most people did. He wants to use them for more military, aka villager fighting force. The VFF, as you will. Or maybe BFF, Berber fighting force. And it's working right now. Look at how many Vils he's killed. Oh my god. Let's go to the Eco KD. Oh my Jesus. Where is it? There it is. Eco KD for Max. It's only 6 and 4? Valessa has killed more. Valessa, I guess, is killing fishing ships at the bottom here. Yep, we got a little water battle there from Anatov and Valessa. It's only that much for Max. I felt like it would be more. I feel like I've seen 12 villagers die here, but he has killed 7 and he's walled in 2 more. Max is at 35 Vils right now. Valessa is down at only 18. Wow, so Sato is still doing damage over here too. Now, Valessa did go up a little bit earlier than anyone else, so his villager count should theoretically be a little bit lower because his eco is so strained, but I guess Sato has been killing villagers while we weren't noticing. Max is now fighting bears with these Vils. We got him still chasing a villager over here. Still trying to harass this wood line. He's still in Dark Age, by the way, but he has 38 Vils! My man's got 38 Vils, and the next best is 24 from Anatov. Damn, dude. These trade workshops are just pumping villagers right now. Market now for Valessa. He's got a lot of gold because of this junk, right? The junk continues to bring in gold throughout the whole game. So you really want to start clearing these up early. Max is still chasing this Vil, and he's going to wall her in. No! Just attack her. There she goes. That one's dead. And he can afford to lose some of these because he's at 41 now. Let's take a look at the worker efficiency last minute for Sato. 15%. That's not good. That's not good at all. Max is at 60% with his 42 Vils, and now he's on the way to Feudal Age. Is Sato even on wood? No? No, he's not. He has 67 in the bank. He does have this thing up here now, though, that he can't really produce out of because he's only got 44 food. And now he's over here. He's kind of guarding it with 2 villagers. Sato hanging out on this side. Max now going for a barracks. Max has 43 villagers, so he's lost a couple now, and he's going to lose another one right here. Likely. No, he's pulling her away. Trying to save her. I wonder if Max goes up and immediately gets wheelbarrow. Just to make his villagers even faster. Anatov now selling wood. He's buying food, and Anatov is thinking about going up to Castle Age. Valessa is on the way to Castle Age, and once Max gets to Feudal Age, I think he can almost buy his way up too. Make himself a market and get up to the next stage. I think that would be nice. We have to look at the water control here, though, because the starting town centers, the only town centers for Max and Valessa, are on the water, and that's kind of being controlled by Anatov at the moment. He's going up to Castle Age too. Yep, that's right, guys. The streets are cold. That's right. This map is cold. The streets are cold. The streets are frigid. Max is on the way up. Max is on the way up, and oh my god. For some reason, I thought this whole time Sato was already in feudal. Sato is not in feudal. Sato is going up to feudal. Sato is engaging these villagers with incredibly weak villagers of his own. Max is at 47. Sato is 20 villagers behind. Max is on the way up to Castle Age, and Sato is still not even in feudal age yet. As he loses another villager there, Max will lose another one too. What a great redemption arc here for the Max. That was just a bold strategy to come out for these right away, and then don't use them for eco. Use them as a fighting force. Get involved. Start going after your enemy. That's what he's done. However, Valessa has been hit harder by Sato than Anatov has by Max. So Anatov is sitting at 31 vills. Valessa is sitting at 26. He's now in the Castle Age, which is great for him. But Anatov will have more units on water. And Anatov will have more villagers now. The problem for Anatov and Sato is Max. Because economically, he's very far ahead. At least in terms of villager count. There's a lot of extra hunt up here as well. And Max is taking full advantage of that. These guys are... I mean, what do you want me to say, right? What do you want me to say? Sato has been up here with these 7 villagers the entire game. He's been over here with these villagers the entire game. Harassing. No, it's not 7 out of 24. It's 7 plus another 8 out of 24. Got ourselves like 15 villagers from Sato just wandering around the map. He's going to pick off this vill over here from Max, but Max is going for another TC here as his initial one is being taken down by Anatov. I think he lost his junk too. So no more trade for him. No more free trade. He's managed to wall in these villas. Still has 48. Sato now taking control of this trade workshop here. And we've got another TC over on this side from Valessa. But Valessa with knights, and he's going to be hunting down these villagers from Sato. Camels now coming out for Anatov. And Anatov is looking for places to hit. Can't quite find it, though. Max doesn't have enough stone for another TC, and he should wall this off, because I imagine a bunch of these vills are weak, and they are. I'd imagine a good proportion of Max's vills are weak. Like these ones right here. There's some over here that are weak as well. I'm sure there's some like over on this side that are weak. Yep, those guys are weak. Just gotta be really careful about the raids. This guy is just chilling in here, 3 HP from Sato. Sato, 600 gold in the bank. Does he not have a market? Can he not use it to buy his way up, maybe, to Castle Age? I mean, he's going to be stalled out in Feudal Age for quite a while here, and he's stalled out at 20 villagers at the moment. Not even making any more fishing ships. He's just trying to continue harassing, hoping that Anatov can get further ahead than his opponents, and now he's going for the market right now. 20 villagers now. He just lost some somewhere. 19 vills. Where is he? Where is he losing them? Is he losing them up here? Where? It's hard to know where he's losing them. Down here, maybe? Over here? Converted? Maybe. It's down to 19 vills. It's bad. It's got a lot of spearmen here, but lost another villager there. Now down to 18 villagers. Anatov is only 4 villagers ahead of Valessa as well. He does have 11 fishing ships, which is good. Means he does have an eco advantage, but it's not as big as the economy advantage Max has over Sato at the moment. How do Baguettes have the score lead? These fire ships. Water military gives you a huge score advantage. So if you're ever on a water map, as Sato loses the rest of these villas here, and he goes down to 14. 14? 12. This is not a drill. Sato has 12 villagers. We are in the 26th minute of this game, and Sato has 12 villagers. And he's going for a tower. What happened to Sato's gold? He probably bought something with it. We don't know what it was, but he probably did buy something with it. He bought stone and wood for towers. And there's the tower right there. He's going to try and get into this wood line. Max, does he notice this? He does. He goes for extra wall offs here. It's still not fully walled. If the wall is breached on this side, villagers not doing your job. And the knights aren't doing the job either. And now Max has a TC up here, so it's going to be very difficult for Anatov to get damage on him. Especially without the first armor upgrade. These knights are just simply going to die to this town center. Never mind. Never mind. Balesta now going for a second and third TC. Has countered this forward pressure there from Sato. And Sato is probably talking to his teammate right now. Anatov's like, hey man, how you looking like? What's your Vil count at? And Sato is just like, yes, I do have Vils. I too have an economy similar to yours. At the 8th minute of the game. Sato's eco is safe now that he doesn't have any. That's a very valid point. He does have this trade workshop up here, so maybe he can make some Vils. But he's gonna get this villager converted likely. No, it's a Berberville. It walks really fast away from religion. Spearman going down, and this game stabilizes, and I think Sato and Anatov are going to soon realize that things do indeed look very bad for them. And Sato's going to lose some more villagers here. It's just so stupid. Max, is he going to try and wall this in? No, he doesn't. Sato is the one walling it in. There is a knight here from Anatov, but the knight will die, so Sato is basically walling himself in with villagers that have 6 HP into a death trap. Did that work out the way that you thought that it might work out, Sato? I don't think it did. I think if you were to ask him at the start of that engagement, I think he's just on autopilot now. He sees some villagers that he could potentially quick wall, and he just does it. I guess. What's the eco KD looking like? Max is 23 and 23, but he managed to keep up the Vil production with those trade workshops earlier. That looks super dope. By the way, they were like facing each other going up that hill. Anatov now going for a castle in the middle here to try and secure this area. Max and Valesa have amazing map control on all other areas, though. And we look at the Eco KD now. 24 and 23 for Max. 23 and 16 for Valesa. 14 and 38. Oh, God. 14 and 38 for Sato. And 24 and 10 for Anatov here. They're only 10 eco behind collectively. Well, that's about to change. They're 20 eco behind now, and a big portion of that eco is fishing ships, which are not as versatile as villagers are. And the fishing ships, they're going quite a ways now for the fish. There's still quite a bunch of fish left over, though. So that's something, I suppose. Knights from Anatov now making their way across. He does have 75 villagers, so Anatov's eco is not bad. And he's got those fishing ships too. But Valesa was 77 and Max was 70. This game should be over. It should be, because Sato is just so out of it. It's not even funny. Well, it is kind of funny, but he's very out of the game at the moment. And now Valesa goes up to Imp. Good quick walls there from Valesa. Fantastic stuff there from Valesa. just to buy his eco a little bit more time, get a conversion in there, and now camels from Max come over here, and he doesn't even lose any vills from that. In the heat of this hectic game, to pull something like that off is really, really good. Good frame of mind there from the Finns. And there's a castle in the middle, locking down the center of the map. Once he's an imp, he can start pressuring this area with trebs. We're going to have camels from Max. We're going to have pikemen from Max. And I wonder what Valessa goes into. He's going into ballistics right now, so it's probably Chukanu. I don't see any crossbows being made, so it's likely Chukanu. Yo, Franz, thank you for the prime, dude. All right, Imperial Age on the way for Anatov. What is Sato up to? He is making villagers. Eco for Sato. He's got a lot of gold. Nope. That's his teammate. He's got a lot of stone, and he's got nothing else. He's got 200 food in the bank, and he's losing some more villagers. And once again, Sato is going to be back down to 22, probably 21 villagers here pretty soon. Still quick walling. Still trying to be aggressive, but it's just not working out. Max losing some vills now to the raids from Anatov. He's down to 77, but still 50 plus ahead of his counterpart here, Sato. And he's going to be able to clear up these knights with his camels. And now his ally, Valessa, is going to be making Chukanu in the middle here from 2 castles. Fantastic position up on the hill. He can go for trebuchets now. He can set them up right here, and I'm not sure if there's anything Anatov can really do about it. Castle now here from Max, so that means the raids are going to be harder for Anatov to get away with. And Max clearing up these knights as they harass the eco a little bit from Valessa. But Valessa sitting at 102 vills here. Both players now going for handcarts, so their economies are fully beefed out. Reverse sweep. Let's go. We're a long way away from that. Rams for Anatov. This would be good. It's a nice idea. I like the idea of Rams to take care of the trebs. But there's Chukanu here from Valessa. Who are these guys? Baguettes? Oh, Deceptive Baguettes are one of the best teams right now. Black. They came 3rd in the last team game tournament. I think they beat Finland in the last one as well. Anatov, really one of the breakout players of the year. I remember at N4C, I was talking to Nili about Anatov, and he said, I've been saying it for like a year and a half. He's the best player nobody's heard of. And Sato has been just killing it the last year or so. How sweaty are the keyboards right now? I think Finland's probably pretty calm in this situation. I think Sato is probably laughing at like he's on the way to Castle Age. We're 40 minutes into the game and he's got 23 vills. He's probably just giggling at the moment at how bad it is for him. I don't think there's that much sweat. Yeah, he calls the GG. He gets up, or he didn't even wait till Castle Age to call the GG. He calls the GG while he's still in Feudal Age. And that was a crazy start. And I think I have to credit Max there for going out and getting these trade workshops. Now, Sato did do a lot of damage to Valessa. And at the end of the day, Max didn't have that many villager kills. But he did manage to wall in a lot of them. He managed to get a lot of idle time out of them. And his economy wasn't completely nuked because of it. That was really, really great from him. He lost his castle TC. No, I think that was it. Oh, when the game ends, all the resources are refunded to them, and they no longer, like, the techs are no longer, you know, the age up tech is no longer going up. So if that's what you were looking at, that's how you explain it. And obviously, good job from Valessa to recover from that and boom up behind. Great stuff there. Anatov, good KD, but not enough. Sato, really, he couldn't keep up. Like he was taking decent fights with his villagers, especially against Valessa, but when your opponent has 2 trade workshops that can make vills, even if it's at a slower rate, you just can't keep up in the villager wars, man. There's always more. There is always more coming. Like, look, total villagers created for Sato, 72. Total he had at the end of the game, 23. All right, that's a game for Finland. And let's return, update the score, and get into the next one, hopefully. If you were to be a one-trick pony, what would your one strategy be? If I were to be a one-trick pony, sneak barracks, longsword rush. Yep. That's it. That's it. Doesn't matter what map. Arena, sneak barracks inside of his square. Longsword rush. Nomad, sneak barracks. Islands, sneak them. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what map. Forest, nothing. Cut through, sneak. Huns, right? No. Yeah, yuck. Yeah. That's a loss on Mountain Coast. So everyone has lost their little home maps here. Everybody's lost their home maps. Hey! Can we get a 5th skull? Can we get a 5th skull? I don't know how, like, the rest of this plays out. I don't know. We're going into Sumatra, but I guess there's, like, standard maps that they play after this, or, like, the maps left over? I don't know. The fuck is that map draft? It's a little bit like, because there's regional maps, you can see like these are all African maps. I don't know if it's like themed for the semifinals or whatever. You could probably read on Wikipedia how it works. There's a handbook too, but I'm a proud one-trick pony. I'm 1500, 1600, and I exclusively play cav civs like Magyars, Huns, Turks, Spanish, and only spam scouts till the end of the game. Hey, man. You can do a lot of damage when people try and go up to Castle Age too early, and you just keep making scouts and delay your uptime. You can do a ton of damage in that transition period. Does anyone remember back when I used to stream games on the ladder? I would do that. I had this stupid build because I hate land maps, or I didn't enjoy them. So I just like did these dumb builds that didn't make any sense. I had like this dumb 24 pop up with Kamurin to double stable right away into like spam like 40 scouts. Don't make anything else. That's not dumb. That's how I got to 1500. It's pretty easily counterable if your opponent just walls and makes spears. If they have a hole in their wall, though, you can punish them hard. Or if they don't make enough spears. With that strat, when did you get upgrades? Whenever you could. I usually got armor before I got bloodlines, though. Because I didn't want to go to stone. Or to gold. I would just go to food. And armor is easier to get. Plus, no one ever expects armor. People expect bloodlines, but they never expect armor first. A lot of times they look at your scout, they see like the HP isn't there, and they just don't even put their eyes down to the armor. Then they take fights that they never should. But yeah, like I said,
Fuck you, Riley. I made
that's
your
only
mom
like
so
a
wet,
that's like a
Trudeau
protest
deployed a
strategy
24-hour
to the
infantry
standard
unit to
Arabia
stack
meta,
sandbags
because I
around
find
my
the standard Arabia meta
Thanks
just so
for
boring
all
to
the
play.
content, Dave.
Zonky,
Did
thank
see
you for
young
the
Johnny
the
Bear's
8 months.
toes
Thank you so
blistering
much.
century against New Zealand earlier today?
Did I see young Johnny Barstow's blistering century against New Zealand early today? Yes. When I was on my tea break, I did see that. I was stuffing crumpets into my face, but I managed to catch a lot of it while I was sorting my umbrella collection. What the fuck? What kind of question is that? You knew what a tea break is? Yeah, I've seen tea breaks in cricket. Yep. Can't even remember the name. All right, what is this? Hey, whoa, wait a second. What the hell is this? Looks like we're getting gold from this trade workshop here. Okay, we've got game number 5. Game number 5 on Sumatra. And Sato is now playing as the Mayans, which the Finns have already used on that Patagonia map. And we've got Margugu playing as the Burgundians. And I believe this might be the first time we got 2 completely different civs for each team. No mirrors involved in this one whatsoever. So Burgundians really good on maps like this where you can just kind of wall up and boom and get into your eco upgrades. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of fish in the middle either, so you don't really need to contest this water at all. You just kind of wall behind this. Now on the other side we have the Max playing as Franks, another boomy kind of civ. And we got Valessa playing as Ethiopians, another archer civ. And I think this trade workshop is giving gold because we can see Valessa has control over it. We see the gold number ticking up there. And the gold number for Sato is ticking up now. So that's very interesting. So Sato and Valessa will not need to go to gold to advance to the castle age here if they want to go for a more boomy approach. Also, fortified towers around here. So if you come in here with your Eagle Scout or whatever, probably not going to be able to take this trade workshop for any period of time. This is beautiful, by the way, the architecture on this thing. Look at that. Look, we even got the little details, like the carvings and stuff. These fortified towers are also pretty sick. You can follow this stairway all the way up there, all the way up to the top. He doesn't look very happy. Isn't this an IRL building in Norway? You think this is Norwegian? You think this is Norwegian? Right. Ah, yes, the Norwegian Isle of Sumatra, yes. Yeah, you can get one of these at IKEA. It's only, 70,950 pieces. Yeah, it's perfect. You just put it together in an afternoon. You'll only have like 10,000 bolts left over that you have no idea where they're supposed to go. But that's what glue is for, right? It's in the Norwegian jungle, I'm pretty sure. Maybe. Probably. Yeah, what would be the IKEA name for this? It'd be like Sumatrafard or something. It would be something so stupid. It would be something so stupid, dude. One dro with the little slash across the O and a fucking umlaut. There it is. Hey, stop picking on IKEA. I think IKEA is doing fine. All right, so this is probably going to be a bit of a slower game, maybe. We see the walls already coming up for Margugu. No surprise there. He does have the wood upgrade as well. And, ooh, this is a nice little touch from Max. Came over and stole this wonder, and now Sato is going to have to come get it back. Denying a little bit of gold income, and didn't really take that much damage from the fortified towers here. But luckily for Sato and Margugu, they had their scouts nearby so they could take it back once again. And look at on the other side here, Margugu seeing the scout over on the other side will take this wonder. And he's going to be getting gold income now. And he's going to be denying gold income from Valessa as well. So great stuff from these players to take that. What is this mill wall? No, I'm not talking about the football team. I'm talking about what the mill wall. Literally mill wall. Interesting strategy here, going for a mill up against the barracks. That's right. I know about second and third division teams in the English Champions League. I know about them. I know about them. That's right. My grandma supports Millwall. Your grandma supports Millwall. Is she also your aunt? I don't know why I said that. I feel like Millwall. I don't know. I just feel like if you support Millwall, you're a little bit, you know. you know what I'm saying. Not talking about Norwich. Well, you know. Yeah, you're inclined. Exactly. All right, so Tower out here. Now from Valessa. So he's very nervous about these deer. He sees the scout over there from Margugu, and he's very nervous about this. And we have archers on the way from Sato. And the gold income from this trade workshop is really going to help him. Like, look at this. He barely has any villagers on gold right now. He's got 500 in the bank as he full walls his own base. Heavy plow already in, by the way, from Margugu. So Margugu gets heavy plow before he seeds the farms, and he's going to have a lot of food left on these farms. Very, very good eco for him. Still in the feudal age and thinking now about going up to the castle age. Max going for a market, getting the walls down, and no military from him either. Is there any military from Valessa? Valessa has some archers. And he's just going to be defending for the time being. Seems like a team wall here would be more effective. It's a big area to wall, right? You might say, but it's just this much more, but you have to defend it as well. It's a big area to wall. I think like one unit sitting right, just a spearman sitting right beside this wonder would be more effective. Honestly. Get a spearman next to that trade workshop so they stop stealing it. That's a significant amount of gold income you're losing every time they steal it. And your opponents are gaining too. It's not just your loss, it's their gain as well. I love this little area that Sato has walled in the back here too. It's a nice little nook here that he's house walled in. But he doesn't know that. Margugu has taken this trade workshop over just like Max took this trade workshop over. Now Sato is going to send an archer here. Just put him on stand ground. Just stand him right there. Up, yep, right in front of the stairs. That's right. This is my trade workshop. Thank you very much. And the Finns are on the way to the Castle Age before the Baguettes. But Margugu is up now. And Margugu, of course, with Bo7 and with heavy plow. So he's in a fantastic economical position at the moment. Also, 2 villagers ahead of Valessa and 3 villagers ahead of Max. Interesting design for a trade workshop. Hey, man. Like I said, IKEA is going big. Archers now coming in on the hunt here, and Valessa even going for that tower to defend them is still going to lose 2 villagers. That's a great snipe there from Sato. Valessa is going to make his way over to the base of Margugu, but Margugu will be in Castle Age at a good time, and he'll have these stables up. He'll manage to complete this because I don't see Valessa just kind of hanging around here for very long. He's going to want to look for damage. And yeah, Margugu can casually come out here in this stable. I think Valessa is going to have to try for some sort of aggression, but I don't even know if he can get away with it. Like, even a siege workshop up here is going to be so tough against double archer range, player going up to Castle Age, and double stable. Maybe you just have to play for the middle with your ally Max. He is going for a university, so he's definitely thinking of staying 1 TC and going to heavy military production here in Castle Age, but it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. Margugu in Castle Age immediately goes for some knights. He can get Cavalier in Castle Age with Burgundians. The only real advantage Cavalier have over fully upgraded knights, though, in Castle Age is just an extra +2 attack, right? So they look scary, and they are scary. They're not that scary. And you have to invest in the upgrade, too. All right, lots of crossbows here. 19 Ethiopian crossbows for Valessa. And here's the ballistics coming in. They're like Lithuanians with +2 relics. That's a good, yeah, that's a good comparison. Yep. Like Lithuanians with +2 relics. There we go. All right, Max is over here with some knights now. Do we see forward buildings coming down from Team Finland? Not yet. And Valessa is not fully walled either, so Valessa needs to be very careful. Maybe he could wall off this way. That's what it looks like he wants to do. Set up a little bit of a team wall slowly. Doesn't want to overextend himself for that, but needs to be careful in the interim period before that wall is up that the Cavalier don't just run into his eco and start wreaking havoc. He does have eyes on them right now, though. Cavalier over here, already +2. Is in from Margugu, but still there's 26 crossbows here from Sato. Sato with 3 archer range production, building up a lot of crossbows, and now he's just waiting for Margugu to get his army numbers up. Meanwhile, on the other side, Max, is he only producing out of 1 stable? No, he's got 1 stable getting husbandry. And only 9 knights of his own. Sato also has ballistics. The archers will fire a little bit faster for Valessa, and the micro right now for both players looking decent. Max and Margugu just tanking shots in front. And it's Valessa that needs to back away. The production here from Sato is insane. 29 crossbows versus 18 crossbows from Valessa, and Valessa's going to need to run. Max is going to need to run. They're going to need to build up their military once again to get something done here. I would have loved to see docks with demo ships coming. Holy, how beautiful would that be? I doubt they would even land, though, with ballistics in, but still. The idea of it makes me happy. And now both crossbow players trying to snipe down the crossbows on the other side, and both knight and cavalier players dancing around in front trying to tank the shots. At the end of the day, they didn't tank much, though, because Valessa and Sato were manually targeting units. And now it's Sato's turn to turn tail and run away. Handcart even on the way from Margugu. Margugu's eco is going to be flying here as he adds that second TC. That's the first second TC. No, the first second TC of the game? That sounds right. Must be right. It's the first additional town center added this game. There we go. That was good, actually. That sounded better. All right, lots of Cavalier from Margugu. 15 Cavalier. 18 Knights there from Max, but he's dancing on the wrong side. And the numbers for Sato are still in favor over Valesa's crossbow numbers. Valesa getting some free hits on the Cavalier here as Margugu tries to chase him down. Maybe this is a fight that Margugu doesn't really want to take. Needs to stay around Sato, and we can see now the numbers for Max are climbing. Margugu falling a little bit behind on cavalry numbers. He does have the Cavalier upgrade, which gives him that extra +2 attack, and he does have a better eco, theoretically, than Max at the moment. But you don't want to fall behind in military numbers too much here. Valesa now sniping down some more crossbows, and Sato is not paying attention. He was actually attacking the Knights, so Valesa got some good early kills there, but now he's going to have to start running away as Sato notices and starts microing down the crossbows behind, and this is kind of a stalemate. And when I say kind of, I mean really a stalemate at the center of the map here. I wonder if there's an opportunity for Max to send like 2 Knights in to see if there's an opening into Sato's base or into Margugu's base. Margugu's base is pretty well shut down as he goes for that 3rd TC. But maybe you can find an opening, like a hole right here. Imagine 2 Knights getting in on the wood line here from Sato. That would distract him a lot. And then maybe you can take a good fight. Thumb ring on the way from Sato. 39 crossbows against 31. This matchup is incredibly even so far. Villager count in favor, though, of the Baguettes. And even the 2nd gold mining upgrade coming from Margugu. Oh, my God. He doesn't have that Imperial Age wood upgrade, but Margugu's eco. I mean, it's just a well-oiled machine at this point. Valesa microing against these archers. Thumb ring is in for Sato. And the Cavalier trying to get a good engagement. Max gets a good engagement, though, with the Knights in front. Still trying to distract arrow fire with these ones while he takes the fight against the Cavalier over here. And Valesa's still trying to micro down crossbows. And honestly, this is great micro from Valesa. And a great engagement there from Max. Fantastic stuff. Did you see Valesa with multiple control groups back here, constantly sniping the crossbows from Sato? Max waiting for the perfect moment, engaging against those Cavalier, and then dodging the arrows in front with the 4 Knights. That was really, really great stuff. And now crossbow numbers actually in favor of Valesa. And is Valesa thinking about going Imperial Age? I think he is. And so is Max. They've got to be careful not to lose their army here. Valesa's going up to Imp. He's got 1 TC. He also has this trade workshop giving him a little bit of gold. And they're, yeah, Imp's so risky. Yeah, you're right. They're taking a big risk here. They are taking a big risk going up to Imp. But I think they know that the Burgundians player is just going to be so far ahead in eco. They need a military advantage. And both of them now going up to Imperial Age. And, you know, Sato and Margugu have to be looking at this and saying, hey, wait, they've been hanging out here the whole time trying to pressure us. Why would they suddenly go back? And I think Sato's figured it out. And he's really, like, look at this. My man is really trying to get up to Imperial Age himself, but he's got nothing left in the tank. He's got nothing left to sell. Oh my God. Uh-oh. This is bad for Valesa. Really bad for Valesa. Needs to delete that house and run away. And they're going to lose their army before they get up to Imp. This is a good position now against the Cavalier, but not with the crossbows behind here from Sato. Valesa's going to run away, and Valesa only with 18 crossbows left over. Trying to go up to Imperial Age, and Sato and Margugu have almost successfully punished them for clicking up to Imperial Age so quickly. Valesa will now garrison in there. That's good. I forgot you could garrison in those. And he'll still have 19 crossbows left over, but he's going to have to abandon his gold. He's going to have to abandon the whole eco. And Margugu and Sato are now pressing the issue here. Oh boy. Sato is finally on the way to Imperial Age. And this TC will be denied, right? Yeah, that's a lot of villagers lost there for Valessa. His economy going to be less than 40 villagers pretty soon. He will be an Imperial Age. He will be able to get Chemistry and Bracer. That's about it. And he's going to be running with these vills, but this is a dead end, my friend. Is there still a hole there? Oh, no, there's not. Let's see if they survive. Sito doing the right thing, sniping down these crossbows. And Max engaging here, and he's getting Cavalier, but still a minute away. He will have that final armor upgrade, but the Cavalier is still harassing. And remember, the economy for Margugu is on steroids. It's on literal crack right now with all those eco upgrades in Castle Age. So he can afford to lose some Cavalier, and he's doing a significant amount of damage to Valessa as Valessa finally gets Chemistry, but he's down to 36 villagers. Max was 1 TC throughout this whole process too. He's only at 56. Margugu is at 78 with all of the upgrades, and now Valessa, he hasn't timed it very well. He's trying to go out for this goal, but the army is still there from Sito and Margugu for the time being anyway. And Sito will finally get cleared up. The initial wave of problems has passed, but there's always going to be another one on the way. And Imperial Age finally clicked there from Margugu. 4 TCs for him. 5 TCs. Probably more a defensive TC than anything else. And now we got 5 stables from him that are going to be producing Cavalier. More Arbalists on the way back over. Max and Valessa are going to need to do damage now. Great quick walls there from Max. He can't afford to really lose villagers. Needs to notice this and goes for the house wall. That's fantastic. He cannot afford to lose any villagers. He knows how far behind economically he is from Margugu, his counterpart, cavalry counterpart in this game. His only hope is to have the military advantage and to keep the villagers that he currently has alive. "96 villagers here for Margugu." You guys are saying Flemish? I don't think you risk it with Flemish here. I don't know. You're already in a great position. Why would you risk it for the biscuit with Flemish? How the heck could Max afford Paladins? Well, he stopped creating Cavalier, right? He stopped creating Cavalier. He went for the upgrades first, and now he's adding some in behind this. Remember, he's only got 1 TC to produce out of. Still dodging in front. Valessa at 45 vills right now. He's got double TC. His eco is still struggling, though. Big time. And now Sito. 62 Arbalist. 62 Arbalist, guys. With Paladin now on the way from Margugu, too. The only hope, I think, for Valessa and Max, I think the only hope is Max gets Paladin, they time it perfectly, and they crush this army. They need to crush this army. Max needs to be looking at the timing. They need to try and pull Sito a little bit out of position, and then come in here and flank him, and hope Margugu isn't paying attention. They need a lot of hope. Honestly. They need a lot of hope. At the moment, Thumbring just coming in for Valessa. And Paladin is now in for Max. Finally, this is a great play from Max. To kill these Arbalists. That's the reinforcements from Sito. They're going to come in here and try and get something done. That's a lot of Arbalists still at the front, though. And Max dodging and ducking around with his Paladin, but the Arbalist numbers from Valessa now 10, with 10 in the queue. We look over at Sito's Arbalist numbers, 65. I really like the rating, though, from Max. This is great. I think he should have done this earlier with some knights. It's hard to justify though when you're like, it's like life or death in the middle battles. This is great though. He's killing villagers. He's killing arbalists over here. He's distracting a lot. And hopefully with this distraction, you can pull this army a little bit out of position and take a great fight. That's the hope anyway. Valesa should go torsion engines onagers. Yes, with the 36 food he currently has in the bank. All right, here's the fight. It's going to be a bad one. And I think this is going to be the series for Baguettes. Max is coming from the left side as well with Paladins. Max is still fighting here. Burgundian Paladins not quite as good as Frank Paladins, but they're good enough. And he's going to have the spam with more coming forward. And the Arbalist numbers for Sato are absolutely insane. Max and Valesa call the GG, and Baguettes take that 4-1. Wow, what an incredible performance there from Baguettes. The entire series, like mixing Margugu and Anatov. Sato, the stalwart player for them throughout every single game, but Anatov and Margugu coming in, performing very well. And this one was just... I think Max was struggling in a few of the games. I think Valesa struggled a little bit in this game as well. But not too badly. I didn't see any major mistakes from the Finns. I think, honestly, I just think that the My Insanity guys, the Baguettes, are that good, honestly. I think they're just that good, and they're so good at keeping up military numbers in Castle Age, transitioning to Imperial Age. Especially with Burgundians on a map like this. It's just insane. If you can wall off, get the early eco upgrades, it's incredible. Yo, FM, thank you for the 5 gifted, dude. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for being here. If you're watching on YouTube, appreciate it. And look at that. 208 Arbalists there. Sato went into heavy Arbalist production early. Valesa couldn't really keep up with just the 3 ranges. I think Sato had 4 early, and then he added an additional 3. And Valesa was just really struggling. Also, like, why were they still hanging out here in front when there's no siege and you have walls behind? You're going up to Imperial Age, right? You're still hanging out in front of your walls. If you hang out behind here, it's going to take a long time for My Insanity to break in, or the Baguettes to break in. And you have the crossbows attacking the knights that are trying to break in. I think it buys you more time, honestly. There's not any resources you really need to protect on this area. I guess maybe if you hang out here, it means that they don't loop around to this side, but it's the same kind of story, right? Yeah, that's... Yenti, that's what I'm thinking as well. I think they just kind of misjudged it. I think they might have thought that Sato and Margugu were up as well, or at least Sato. So both teams were going to kind of sit back in that period. But Sato and Margugu came full force. It was a slight lack of judgment, I think, on their army positioning. Look at that eco for Margugu. Oh my goodness. Look at this. You see that blue line right there? I think he started to pull ahead at some point. Damn, dude. That was kind of crazy. Oh, Max had relics. Didn't realize he had 3 relics. That's probably helped him to afford the Paladin upgrade. All right, so that's the final of that series, and we go to the finals now of Terra Nova Duos.